Hello guys, Major Colton here with another build tutorial, and today we are going to be doing a high-end, a high-performance laser spamming build, which has a good amount of speed, can double as a kickbot, and really against mediums and quads and anything with lower, anything with low TE defense or even just basic TE defense that isn't too high because we'll have dual energy amps. You basically shred them because this build is basically a laser Gatling gun. It's basically works like the little laser Gatling gun from Fallout, as you will probably see when using it. Honestly, I like the decal work I ended up putting on this, trying to make it look all energy wise. Like it's got like battery packs for the shoulders, and there's like energy just oozing from it, and there's like barely containing it. But let's get to work. Showing this, we're getting people together on a team right now. Work in progress. Like people are like joining right now, like just piling in here. So before the night's done, there'll probably be a good chunk of people in here with a bunch of like top notch. Pretty much, if the ranks kept going, I guess they'd be triple S rank players or higher, honestly. But alright, let's get straight to the build. And since it's laser spam, like, really this emblem, I feel like it's good for any kind of laser spam or railgunning tank. You know, Misaka from Certain Magical Index or Certain Scientific Railgun, for those of you who watch anime. And don't really have a good name for the AC, so it's like just a placeholder name on it right now. But as for the frame, we have the L2HA307 bingo legs. Why the bingo legs? Well, really just because I wanted the bingo legs, because I wanted movement control and all that good jazz. I just like the balance of I like the speed it gives me. I like the speed to movement control to energy recovery that this has. It just so happens it has pretty decent armor, quite honestly. Still can't take the bite from bow rifles though, so be careful with that. Use your mobility and your CE shield to your advantage. As for the arms, AB107D Berry Bull retrofits. Why the Berry Bull retrofits? Well, good sir, I'll tell you one thing. Is that they're better than the standard in every single fucking way. Because the other ones, sure, they get like a few points less in KE and C, but that doesn't matter. These even have 1,000, like, not 1,000, like 400, 500 more AP. But a little bit, I don't know. Why do I like these? I just like them. They're Berry Bull arms. They got little things on them. Who wouldn't like them? Fucking, what am I talking about? I mean, guy who makes ACs. I gotta give you the reason. Really, the reason was just for the sake of the arms. I feel like you could use these arms straight up on this specific frame because we're not trying to just buff something out by a few points, but really I would just say go with these because it gives you a little bit more AP, and you don't actually, go with these because you're not going to buff anything out different with these, quite honestly. And all it takes is 1 point over something to buff it out. And no matter how much more armor you have on it, ping damage is ping damage no matter how much armor you got. So you might as well go with the one that has basically the same armor but a little bit more AP. And frankly, it looks better. And for the core, CB209 Haikubo, a KE core. Same as these being KE arms. And basically want this because good KE and CE armor, and just really all around just a shit ton of AP compared to the other KE cores. Like this one, we'd have like 34,000, but with this one we got like 37,000. As for the head, we don't really need camera performance on this build like at all, because we're basically just running up to people and just blamming them to fucking Kingdom Come with lasers. So we don't really need to be the most accurate guy ever. And we also want to minimize our, really also because it has very low energy consumption and higher armor. So, yeah, energy consumption good, armor good, don't need camera performance, and we still have, 1,043 stability, don't really need stability, quite honestly, for what we're doing with this. And our recoil resistance is pretty decent, it's 1305. And really, but when it comes to it, you got two fucking shields out front, so really, it's like you're a fucking Fortress Squad with TE armor at this point because of the damn CE shield, as long as you don't get it broken. And as for the laser rifles, you're going to want to use the AMLRA 229s. I use mine fully spec for power. You could probably do 2 power, 1 accuracy to go for a little less consumption, but really that's not the point of the build, because whenever you use this build, you want to use these powers. Like, quite honestly, yeah, never mind, what am I thinking? Use all 3 into power, no matter what, because how a laser spam build works, for those of you who have never used them, is basically, while we're in scan mode with this build, because of the energy consumption set up in Shinatsu's with the Suzumushi, we basically have unlimited boosting while we're in scan mode, so we're just like super all over the place, just jiving and juking, just dodging all over the hell of the place. But then we go out of scan mode, and you would think, well, we're not going to have energy to shoot anything. Well, the thing is, with laser spam, with the dual energy amps, is basically where you just like boo, like basically you just and literally you run off of barely no energy. The second you get even the tiniest bit of energy, both these things let off another rip of an barely even charged fire. But the thing is, you get 2 energy amps on them, so they're already basically around like super high damage. It's like as if you charged them, quite honestly. And you didn't charge them at all because of the 2 energy amps. So it's basically like you're machine gunning fully charged laser rifle rounds. Now you would say, oh my god, that shit sounds really OP, Colton. Are you sure about using that? And sure, there's got to be some kind of drawback. Well, there is, because when you're in the middle of laser spamming, you are kind of stationary. Like, you kind of just can't really move that much. You kind of just float. So it's really good for flanking. It's good for surprising. And it's good for just all out, just messing up quads, or just coming in from the side. This build is really more of a good for cheesing on one-on-one, or perhaps, mostly a conquest build, I would say. Support type. Never the guy to just run straight in, spear point in the operation. This is the guy who kind of slinks in from the side, no one noticing him, and then all of a sudden, 2 people are dead. Like, just straight up. As for the FCS, I'm using the FA215 simply because good, decent range, lock-on size, so you can keep them in that lock while they're because they're going to start spasming when they see this going on. Like, trust me, they're going to try everything they can to get away. So you're going to want to use this FCS. And that's really why you want to use it. Suzumushi, you want to use that in combination with the BA309 Shinatsu booster. Do not argue, use this combination on this specific frame. Shinatsu Suzumushi. Shinatsu Suzumushi. This is what you want to use on laser spamming heavies, like the one I have just made. As for the recon unit, REX 813. Again, like I always say, because it's got great range, have multiple of them out. They're out there for a hell of a long time, and they consume very little in comparison to other things. And really, sticky types are just bad. That's like a noob trap that it gives you as your first, and like you just kind of get stuck in it. It's really not that good. You want to use tracking or hover, depending on what you're doing and what kind of loadout you have and whatnot. Oh, I just have hover, right, because I have a bad habit of putting out copious amounts of recon units before their time is up, so might as well use those, and they'll benefit my bad habits. As for I don't know if I went over the shoulder units, but energy amplifiers, Yokomo Model 2s for the you want 2 of for the dual shoulders, so that you can have that oomph. Like, really, that's really what makes the laser spam, is the energy amps. You can't do it without it, like, at all. As for the shields, I use on my left arm and just saying, it doesn't matter what arm you put them on. Really, I just happen to put them on this way. Using the AM Shaw 302 because it has 3,358 KE defense while also having almost 8,000 AP. And then while having 8.5 thousand AP with almost 4,000 CE defense. So basically, straight up, heat cannons most of the time are going to get buffed out with this shield. And more tanks are running heat cannons or heat cannon autocannon combos, so these shields will be great against those kind of tanks. Shields in general are great against tanks. Like, really just helps you get up in their face. And really, that's all this build is going to be able to do against tanks is really use your ability to get around in their blind spot and just really go in for the kick while you have that invincibility. And whatnot. Sorry, I got flustered with them talking, but like I said, it's really, I think I went over all the parts. Yeah, I went over all the parts. But, because, like, they're in a party and I'm in game chat right now while I record these videos because I didn't get to earlier because of some shit happening. And now we're all just forming into the super team because of all that what went down. And basically, yeah. As you can see, AC name, Electro. That's a placeholder name. I'm thinking maybe just name it Misaka or something else. Something catchy, flashy, or something. I'm not literally saying catchy or flashy. I'm just, you know what I mean. Just something that is catchy or flashy. But as always, if you like the video, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.